Hi, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and today I'd like to talk to you about some numbers that I'm getting from various sources about Social Security disability. Some of these numbers are not really encouraging, but some suggestions about what this means to you and what you should do about it. So first, let me just give you a few numbers that I've seen recently. One is the total number of people working for Social Security. As of December 2017, Social Security had 62,777 people employed. 10 years ago, around 10 years ago, December 2008, they had 63,733. So the number of people employed by Social Security has gone down over the last 10 years, even though 10,000 baby boomers a day are retiring. And all those people are going to need services from Social Security. Not everybody obviously is going to call Social Security, have to talk to somebody, but a lot of those people are going to need services. And when you add that to the growing number of people filing for disability, you can see why wait times have gone up, delays in hearings have gone up, and that the whole system is really a bit of a mess. In 2000, Social Security had 1,250 field offices, places you could go if you needed to talk to somebody. In 2018, by 2018, 125 or 10% of those offices have been closed. And if you've ever gone to a Social Security field office, and I had that pleasure to do so last year one time, it's a disaster. You go there, you take a number, you wait for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you hope you talk to somebody who can help you. But it is not pleasant. And if those people who need, and this is anybody who needs anything from a Social Security card, there's a problem with benefits, Social Security's decided that they're dead or they're not dead, or whatever the situation may be, you got to talk to somebody. Going to do it in person can be a real difficult task, and a lot of waiting. You got to pay for parking, so it's a bit of a mess. The number of ALJs, or disability judges, is right now about 1,300. That's fewer than that was 5 years ago. However, the number of cases that each judge is disposing of or completing has gone down from 48 to 40. So you have judges who are a lot less efficient than they were 5 years ago. And what that means is that decisions are taking longer. It's taking 3 or 4 or 5 months to get a decision out, whereas it used to be 3 or 4 weeks. And honestly, I'm not blaming the judges. I've talked to some of them, and part of the problem is they don't have any staff. Used to be a judge would have a legal assistant or paralegal assigned to him or her to help prepare the cases and get them ready for decision. Now they're sharing them. The number of writers that Social Security is using to process the decisions has gone down. So it's a mess. So there's fewer people, and it puts the judges under a lot more pressure. I've had judges tell me that the amount of work they've got to do has gone way up because they don't have the staff to help them. The budget for Social Security has actually decreased in real terms after you consider inflation, and any increases. I think Congress just allocated $500 million, but it's all going to IT. Most of it's going to IT because what they're trying to do is to make more of this electronic, where you're dealing with the computer system as opposed to a person. And to give Social Security some credit, a number of years ago they went to all electronic files, which was great because now I can access my client's file from my office as opposed to having to go down to the hearing office and actually physically pull the file. But not every issue in Social Security is going to be resolved online, and sometimes you need to talk to somebody, but it's a real problem. The wait times at the 800 number can be 30 minutes to an hour. Again, delays for hearings are typically 2.5 to 3 years. I tried a case today. My client applied in 2015. It is now May 2018, so it's taking a really long time. I think that generally speaking, people applying for disability, there is no lobby for those people. When they go to Congress, there's really nobody fighting for them. I think that there's a perception in Congress that there's a big fraud problem with disability. I don't think that's the case, but that's the perception. So that Social Security is really not getting a lot of money. Any money that is going to Social Security is going towards retirement or the retirement program, because the older people tend to vote. They tend to have more of a voice. There's nothing really like the AARP, for example, for disabled disabled people. So it's a problem, and just got to be aware of that. That's just the reality of what we live in. So what can you do about it? And I think that the way I would approach this is that when I'm dealing with Social Security, and I tell this to my clients, do everything possible to make their life easy. If you have to fill out a form, make sure you use the right form. When you send it in, get the correct address. If you have to try to track that down by phone, do that. Send it in certified mail, return receipt requested, so you can prove that it was sent in properly. When you fill out a form, make sure your handwriting is clear. When you communicate with Social Security, put your Social Security number on every page so that if something gets lost, they can try to track it down. Just little things like that. Give them what they were. If they send you a form and say, we want you to explain your activities of daily living, fill out the form and get it back to them. And again, realize that in the disability world, they're asking for specifics. Don't say, I can't sit very long. Say, I can sit for 15 minutes, then I've got to stand up and move around for 7 to 8 minutes, and I can sit down for another 15 minutes, and after 3 or 4 cycles of this, after about an hour and a half, I need to lie down for 45 minutes to an hour. You want to be really, really specific. Make life easy for whoever you're dealing with at Social Security. If they call you, call them back. And try to get the name and the employee number, if at all possible, of the person you speak to, so you keep a paper trail. Keep copies of all the documents you get from Social Security, anything you send to them. If they send you for a consultative evaluation, go. Don't miss it, and then make them reschedule. Bring to the doctor medical records if those records would be relevant to that doctor. So these are just a few ideas about how to make life easy for them. Again, they're overworked. I think a lot of people in the Social Security Administration are working really hard. Many of them want to do the right thing. They want to help. They want people who are deserving of benefits to get benefits. But when you have 150 files on your desk and you've got one person who's not being real cooperative, it's a lot easier just to stamp no on that file and move it along as opposed to kind of going to bat for people. I've had adjudicators, the claims adjusters who work at the state agency, work for me before, and they will tell, and one woman in particular said to me, because, there are some cases where I looked at the file and I wanted to really go to bat for that person. I felt they were disabled and I wanted to help them, and so I would help develop the record and get it to the state agency medical consultant to try to get a favorable decision. But I expected that person to cooperate with me. If I called, they would call me back. If I sent them out for a consultative, they would go to it. If I asked for a form, they would fill it out. If you don't cooperate, you're not going to get any help from Social Security. They're just too overworked, too overwhelmed. And again, the more you can make their life easy, the easier it's going to be for you and the better it's going to be. So we have some depressing numbers. It's not a great situation in terms of personnel or what they're trying to do or the delays. But again, if you may go out of your way to make life easy for them, to give them what they need and to verify that they've received what they're supposed to have received, again, registered mail so that it gets to the right place, take a little time to get the right address. When you're filling out the forms and they ask you for the contact information for your doctor, make the phone call to verify it. Make life easy for them. If you've got something they don't have, send it in. And again, put your social on every page of it so that they can associate it with your file. If you do those things, I'm not guaranteeing it's going to mean an early decision, but it will mean you improve your chances at winning. And again, these little things can make a really big difference in an agency that is processing millions and millions of claims and hundreds of millions of pieces of paper. What you do can really make a difference, and I encourage you to do that. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like our Facebook page. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. If you had different experience with Social Security, if you had a good experience, a bad experience, let me know. I'd like to see if we can have a discussion in the community on YouTube or on Facebook about that. If you've not already done so, go to my website at ssdanswers.com. You can download my free Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit. A lot of good information there. And if I can be of help to you personally, please reach out to me through the website or by email, ginsburg@gmail.com. Again, Jonathan Ginsburg here, wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsburg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.